Hello, I'm Ada Kahn, author of Keeping the Beat. Welcome to Keeping the Beat, and here's my co-host, Paul Jeffers.
And tonight, I'd like to find out a little bit more about some of your recent performances. I know you get together with some of your musical friends from time to time, so what was your most recent gig?
A recent one that was really lots of fun to do was a performance for the John A. Hartford Foundation Scholars Conference in Chicago at the Sutton Place Hotel.
Thank you, John, and I'm happy to be here talking about my favorite book, Keeping the Beat. As you see, I wrote a lot of other books, but Keeping the Beat is my favorite. And why is it my favorite? Because while I was doing my research, I met so many interesting and inspiring people. Not only did I meet the people, but I found out a lot about healthy aging and what makes people perceive themselves as being well as they age. When I was a child, my mother played the piano, her sister played the piano, and their older brother all played the piano. And when they would visit back and forth, they would show each other their newest song. It might have been I'm Looking Over a Four-Leaf Clover or Fascination, songs like that. Did they play well? I don't know if they did or not, but the important thing is they really enjoy playing, and they share their joy with each other. And I started at an early age to get the idea that people who did music as a hobby and for fun were healthier and happier when they got older. My aunt and uncle both lived into their 90s, and they were still playing piano duets at quite an older age. So I was impressed with that. And I started playing piano, and I started playing flute, and a few years ago joined a music club where I met Joanne and Margarita, and we've been playing together ever since. Well, when it was time for me to do my dissertation for my Ph.D., I thought about some subject having to do with aging, and I put together music and aging. So I developed a questionnaire, and I interviewed 36 older people who all were engaged in chamber music in some way. I asked them all questions about their health, and when I said, "How's your health?" they would say, I'm fine. And then I would say, well, have you ever had heart disease? Have you ever had skin cancer? Have you ever had arthritis? Oh, yes, but I'm fine. They wouldn't dwell on their illnesses. Depression, one woman said, when I feel down, I take my violin out, and it helps me keep my chin up. So they didn't have depression. They perceived themselves as being well. And the title of my dissertation for my PhD was Healthy Aging, Perceptions of Wellness. The most important factor that contributed to their health was the social connections. The second factor that people said contributed to their well-being was the physical and mental exercise they get. As you see with Margarita playing, there's a lot of physical exercise and certainly mental exercise. We have to count. We have to start together, stop together, we hope, and keep up with each other, not only read our own part, but listen to each other. So there's a lot of mental activity. And as one person said, when you're playing chamber music, you can't think about what you're going to make for dinner. The third factor that contributes to wellness is that playing music gives people goals and a sense of mastery. Finally, playing music does help relieve stress for some people. But on the other hand, it can cause stress. If you've probably heard that public speaking is the major phobia that people have. Well, performance anxiety is something like public speaking, and some people find performing very stressful. So it can work both ways.
But they also had some questions for you during the break. Could you review some of the questions they put to you?
Well, one was about practicing. They wanted to know how much do we practice. We each practice individually, and then we practice together. We rehearsed for this at Joanne Stucca's home, and actually we did perform this once for the Evanston Music Club. And in the second movement of this, I have a really nice flute solo. So let's listen to it.
Do you have another piece for us?
Well, after we played those trios, I got to relax. I could sit back and enjoy hearing Margarita and Joanne play. And the first piece they played was called Meditation from the opera Thais by Massenet, and it is beautiful. Let's listen.
Those two are really pros, aren't they? I'll bet they've been playing together for quite a long time.
Oh, they are. They both belong to the Evanston Music Club and the North Shore Music Club, and I know they've been playing together for many years, and they do practice a lot. Joanne has been a teacher and a professional pianist, played with many orchestras. She also has played harpsichord. And Margarita is the founder of a group called Sinfonetta Arts, and they do play in various places around the community, and they're available for gigs.
So what was the grand finale of the evening?
Oh, Paul, the grand finale was a wonderful piece. It was Csárdas. The name is Csárdas, which is a Hungarian dance by a composer named Monty. And they both play so fast. They start out slow, but they go very fast, and you wonder which one of them will win the race. But they end together, and it's great. Let's watch.
Great.
And now, if people want to know about joining a music club, you can email me and I will answer emails. The email address is mykeepingthebeat, all one word, mykeepingthebeat @AOL.com. And if you want to know more about the book, Keeping the Beat, look at my website, which is www.keepingthebeat.com. And we thank you for being with us today. Thank you, Paul, for filming our Hartford Foundation event. And thanks for watching Keeping the Beat.